The coronavirus is dominating the national news as more and more confirmed cases are reported around us, but what does that mean for kids our age?
The presidential primaries are in full swing.
The sports world has been upended as leagues cancel tournaments and suspend seasons, all this and more on this edition of Tiger Today.
We begin with the story that continues to dominate the news. The coronavirus has officially been declared a pandemic by the World Health Association. This simply means that there is a disease that has no known immunity and is spread around the world beyond normal expectations. It does not mean the virus is any more serious or has changed in some way. It's just spreading very quickly.
This sounds scary, but the effects on kids our age are mostly minor. Most of the cases are mild and the effects are short-lived for the majority of us. The danger isn't really on us, but in us.
That's right. We still need to be concerned about this virus because we can help the spread, and if we spread it to someone that has other health conditions such as our grandparents, it can be far more dangerous for them. We can do our part to help curb the spread, starting with getting serious about hand washing. This is the simplest but most effective way to help the control of the spread of the virus. When washing your hands, you should use soap and warm water and wash for at least 20 seconds.
Don't have access to soap and water? Use a hand sanitizer, but make sure it contains at least 60% alcohol. Finally, aside from washing and sanitizing, just try to keep your hands off your face, including your mouth, nose, and eyes, as these places are the quickest path inside your body.
It's important that we don't panic, but be aware. Make good choices and follow health advice as it comes out. If you don't feel well, let someone know.
The next presidential election is only a few months away, and we have been watching a hard battle for the Democratic nomination play out in the media. What started out as a huge field of candidates has come down to two: Senator Bernie Sanders and former Vice President Joe Biden. Biden started a little slow, but has charged to a big lead, and some are saying it's all but decided next week. We'll spend some time talking to our students to see who they would support and why.
All this virus outbreak has us thinking about crazy scenarios like we have seen on TV. The Walking Dead has us watching closely for zombies, and dystopian worlds like Panem have us thinking about sacrificing kids for entertainment.
That's right, Emmy. The Hunger Games is a popular book and movie about a futuristic world where the government sacrifices kids in a fight-to-the-death arena. So what would that look like for us if it were to happen? Next week, we will see what would actually happen.
TikTok is a new trend that everybody seems to have. Today I'm here with Pauline Tenio, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about TikTok.
So TikTok's basically a really trendy app for teenagers, or I guess anyone. And there's a lot of dances, comedy stuff on there for everyone, and a lot of people on the app.
Now we're going to show you a couple examples of what TikToks look like.
You crazy bastard! Oh, move like a snake, like a what? Like a snake. Hey, you just gotta be worthy. Yeah, 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 yeah. I was give you the world, baby girl. So I
Here's a look at the upcoming weather this weekend and next week.
The coronavirus has caused widespread panic in just about every area of our lives, including the sports world. For more on sports, we'll turn to Bree.
Our spring sports are in full swing with both baseball and softball teams getting ready for their first games next week.
Softball will be led by a host of talented 8th graders returning for their 3rd year. Coach Johnson expects big things out of this team. We'll have results for the first games next week. Baseball also gets underway at home next week. They're replacing some big talent from last year, but are up for the challenge. The track team is also getting ready for their first meet next week. It should be an exciting week of action and we'll have complete results next week. In other sports news, the coronavirus scare is causing several leagues to make crazy changes to their events. In just a couple last days, the NCAA makes the drastic decision to close the national tournament known as March Madness to all fans. The arenas will only have team officials and parents as spectators. The NBA made the decision to suspend their season after one player tested positive for the virus. Just through this past Thursday, the Big 12 AAC and the 10 all canceled their entire league championship tournaments. NASCAR is postponing upcoming events. Baseball will suspend their season and other sport events are making decisions, all of them aimed at trying to slow the spread of this virus. Next week, we will take a look at the impact of these cancellations on our country. That's all for sports this week. Back to you.
That will wrap up this edition of Tiger Today, and we'll leave you with a funny video to get your morning started.
We'll see you next week.
See what Dawson got for Christmas from Santa.